Welcome back to another in-depth exploration of Hollywood's untold tales, everyone. Today, we're revealing a topic that will undoubtedly catch your attention: Sally Field's rare photographs and the little-known tale of the 5 guys she couldn't bear. Yes, you read correctly. Sally Field, the well-liked actress who won 2 Oscars and had a multi-decade career, had some very serious issues behind the scenes. You won't find these rare photos and exclusive details anywhere else, so stay tuned to the very end. This is a tale of drama, tenacity, and a side of Hollywood that is rarely seen. Let's get started. Let's start by discussing Sally Field. Born in 1946 in Pasadena, California, she is a well-known American who began her career in the 1960s on television programs such as Gidget and The Flying Nun. From being the vivacious girl next door, she went on to earn Academy Awards for her strong performances in Norma Rae and Places in the Heart. However, her achievement belies a difficult personal journey that included relationships with men that put her strength to the test. Sally revealed some startling facts about the men who influenced her, some of which stoked conflict and animosity, in her 2018 memoir, In Pieces. 5 of these guys are the subject of our investigation today, supported by unique images that vividly depict this little-known tale. You won't want to miss the whole picture, so keep watching. First up, let's talk about Sally's stepfather, Jock Mahoney. Known for his turns as Tarzan in 2 movies and in The Range Rider, Jock was a dynamic performer and stuntman. In 1952, when Sally was still a young girl, he wed Margaret, her mother. Jock initially came across as a powerful, endearing, and larger-than-life character. However, Sally disclosed a darker side in her memoir. She talked about how Jock traumatized her early years by sexually and mentally abusing her beginning when she was 11 years old. A rare 1950s photograph of a young Sally with Jock and her family shows her smiling for the camera, but it conceals the agony she was carrying. Sally wrote of her mixed emotions, which included both apprehension and an odd admiration for him. Sally didn't start to move past this betrayal until much later, during a sincere talk with her mother. Her tenacity is established in this story, and you'll want to read it through to the very end to discover how it relates to her subsequent difficulties. Next up comes the Hollywood hottie Burt Reynolds, who co-starred with Sally in movies like Smokey and the Bandit. Their on-screen chemistry captivated audiences during their years-long, intermittent romance, which started in 1977. However, things were far from ideal behind the scenes. Sally characterized Burt in Pieces as domineering and emotionally aloof, frequently using his notoriety to eclipse her. Sally later disclosed that Burt attempted to control her career decisions, including encouraging her to decline the role of Norma Rae, the one that earned her an Oscar, although a rare candid photo from the Smokey and the Bandit set shows them smiling together. Their turbulent relationship was characterized by friction and jealousy. Burt's attempts to win Sally's sons over with gifts like go-karts were also met with resistance. Although their romance ended permanently in 1982, the mental damage persisted. Keep checking back for more because this unique picture and tale reveal an aspect of their relationship that the tabloids never covered. Bob Rafelson, the director of the 1976 movie Stay Hungry, in which Sally co-starred with Jeff Bridges and Arnold Schwarzenegger, is the 3rd male. Sally's transformation came from this part, which let her let go of her cute TV persona. However, obtaining it wasn't simple. In her autobiography, Sally described a tense audition in which Rafelson demanded that she remove her top and give him a kiss to demonstrate her suitability for the role. Sally appears strong and in character in a behind-the-scenes photo from Stay Hungry, but it conceals the uneasiness she experienced. She later reflected on how she felt under pressure to appease influential persons in the industry, yet she complied with Rafelson's requests. The difficulties that women in Hollywood experienced were brought to light by this incident, and Sally's bravery in speaking up gives her story more nuance. Don't leave since there is still more to come. Let's now discuss Sally's introduction to The Flying Nun by executive producer Harry Ackerman. Sally hated this television program, which lasted from 1967 to 1970 and made her a household name. She referred it in Pieces as meaningless twaddle and claimed that the directors had treated her disrespectfully. Although Sally was uncomfortable behind the scenes, a rare advertising photo from the set shows her smiling as Sister Bertrill while wearing her nun's garb. Harry put pressure on her stepfather, Jock Mahoney, to accept the position, even threatening to fire her if she didn't. Because she felt stuck, Sally was more determined to fight for higher roles. The image may depict a happy nun, but the backstory exposes a young actress who is having trouble finding her voice. The last man will bring everything together, so stay with me. Sally's first husband, Stephen Craig, is the 5th male. Sally was only 22 when they got married in 1968, and they had 2 kids, Peter and Eli. A rare family portrait from the early 1970s suggests that their life may have been secure at first. Despite his intelligence and talent, Stephen struggled to find his path, experimented with drugs, and was unable to maintain a consistent career. According to Sally's memoir, they divorced 2 years after splitting up in 1973 because their marriage did not provide the emotional bond she desired. Sally's difficulties were exacerbated by the pressure of parenting 2 young boys and advancing her career, and her annoyance with Stephen's lack of concentration had a long-lasting effect. The difficulties that characterized their relationship are hidden in this picture of them as a young couple. I want to remind you to watch this video through to the conclusion before we wrap up. Why? Because these tales depict the real Sally Field, not just the actress, but the person who persevered in the face of heartache, pressure, and betrayal. For more in-depth analyses like this one, press the like button and subscribe if you share my fascination with Hollywood's untold tales. Did you find any of these stories surprising? Let us know in the comments. Don't miss our upcoming video, in which we'll reveal additional Tinseltown secrets. I appreciate you viewing, and I hope to see you in the future one.